Well, interesting development over on Rotten Tomatoes. That critic score is dropping. All critics is now at 86%. That is quite the drop. And then the audience score itself has dropped down to 17%. Let's see what it is for all critics. Or no, not all critics, top critics. It's at 72%. Those are starting to line up now a little bit. So more people without Disney access are coming in and reviewing this show now. And a lot more of those rotten reviews are starting to pop up. We'll see where things land when the show finishes. Audiences not digging it, 1.4 out of 5. That's pretty damn sad. Though, of course, they'll say, well, it's being review bombed. It's not that it's terrible. It's like, bro, did you watch that scene that everyone saw with those stupid witches going, the power of many? It's pure cringe. If you could have a scene that defined cringe, like see this for cringe example, you could just insert that scene from The Acolyte in there with the lesbian witches, and I think most people would get it. People are praising that song, too, that actually like this garbage. It's funny. That is the worst shit I've ever seen in my life. Now, if we go over to Metacritic, which is much better than Rotten Tomatoes, you will see that the score is sitting at a 4.3 for user score. So this show is universally hated, but there's a bit of info that I was looking at that I thought was pretty interesting, and that's that women don't like this shit. Now, granted, The Acolyte is not in this. This is old, well, not old data, because this, I think, just came out, but they probably started to collect the data probably what? I would say beginning of the year. The newest thing on here is Echo. So Echo is the newest show, I think, that's on this list. Maybe Mandalorian Season 3, Loki Season 2. I'm not sure, but I can tell you this. Based on what they're showing here, do you want to know what women like? Their favorite shows? If you look at it, you should be able to tell. But it would be Marvel's Agent Carter and Loki, which is pretty interesting, actually. Loki and Marvel's Agent Carter and The Mandalorian and Spider-Man No Way Home. That's what they're digging. They like that. Arguably, I don't hate Loki, but I don't love it. There was a lot I didn't like about Loki. What I did like about Loki was, of course, Tom Hiddleston. The guy is a ball of charisma that acts, basically. He makes anything more enjoyable when he's in it. And that's just a fact. And I think women like him. So, yeah, that show naturally going to be up there. And if you notice what they don't like, it's Echo. But Echo going over well with men, which I thought was interesting. So, take this all with a grain of salt because we don't know what kind of people they asked or whatever. Or maybe we do. I'm just going by what's in this report. According to new data, it appears that the female audience for Marvel and Star Wars prefers movies and shows like Loki, The Mandalorian, and the George Lucas films rather than projects specifically targeted at them. Marvel and Star Wars are more male skewing. The data overwhelmingly reveals that both Marvel and Star Wars are male skewing and that Star Wars particularly is more male skewing and watched by an older audience. 100% true. And you know why that is with Star Wars? Because they're not pulling in younger people. More male skewing and an older audience makes 100% sense. What's come out for young people that's Star Wars besides The Mandalorian? Nothing. I can't think of anything I've seen them excited about. The last time I saw young people excited for Star Wars was when that CGI Clone Wars shit was running. That's the last time, and that's prequel stuff. But, those kids are grown up now. So, it's mostly older dudes watching Star Wars. which makes this direction that they're doing all the more crazy. It's crazy. Agent Carter, Jessica Jones, Loki, and Marvel favorites. Data currently reveals the 2 canceled Marvel shows not part of the MCU, Agent Carter and Jessica Jones, confirmed by The Wrap, are more favorited among women. These shows were produced by the now defunct Marvel TV studio, which was responsible for the Marvel Netflix shows like Daredevil and ABC's Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., all of which were canceled by Feige and came at a time when it was not about gender, but more about putting out quality content. I didn't watch S.H.I.E.L.D., but Daredevil, great. Jessica Jones season 1, great. I didn't like, well, actually, I take that back. I didn't watch season 2, so I can't tell you if season 2 was good or not. But season 1's pretty damn good. I liked season 1 a lot. Agent Carter, didn't watch it. Though I think that, I like that woman that plays her, though. I liked her in the Captain America movie. As far as how she did in Agent Carter, I don't know. I didn't watch that show. So, it's just interesting stuff. Like WandaVision, She-Hulk, Miss Marvel, Hawkeye. According to the data, women didn't watch that shit either. And that's geared towards them. Who watched it? Men. Men showed up. Echo's audience is over 80% male. Where's that crazy diverse crowd that was supposed to show up? So this is all interesting stuff, and it's just more bad news for Kathleen Kennedy and Star Wars. Just women really aren't coming to this brand in droves like they thought they would. And the lesson I take from this is Marvel doesn't know what the hell women want. And that's been their bread and butter for a long time. They're not Marvel. Disney doesn't know. Disney does not know what women want. And that's been their bread and butter for a long time. A long time. So I just find it funny. They're like losing everybody. They bought these brands to try to reach more boys because girls aren't a problem for Disney. They got plenty of female fans. But they bring these franchises in, Star Wars and Marvel, to try to win over boys a little bit more and start naturally gearing it towards women, and they're not taking to it. Why don't you do what you intended to do and win over that male audience? But it still looks like they have a male audience, but the numbers are going down with all their shit. So they're losing people with every project. It's just funny to me. It's funny to watch all this happen. I've been watching a lot of old content lately. It's just better. It's more fun. There's shit out there I've never seen. I watched Chinatown for the first time. Never watched that movie. Watched that for the first time a week ago. It was great. So I'm just going back and grabbing shit that, was a hit in the past and I've never seen it. And that's what I've been doing. And that's what I suggest everybody do, to be honest. Unless you just want to watch and laugh at the trash fire, totally get that. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about all of this. I'd like to hear from you. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you on the next one. Please. Peace. Make sure to check out my locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my locals.